Dudes, dudes, it's time for the round one playoffs. Men Who Dream Fantasy Football Recap. That's right. You've heard me correctly. It is that time. Good morning, gentlemen. Sipping the coffee. There's no lime. No lime in the coffee. Sorry, Michael. There is no lime. But dudes, playoffs! Okay, just trying to do my best Michael impersonation there, but I don't know if that really went over well. But yes, it's playoff time, and as one of those who are not in the playoffs, though sad and though disappointed a little bit in my season, I am still excited. I am excited because there are some teams that are still alive that man, I'm really rooting for to win their first championship, and so I'm excited because I went into this playoffs. I had six teams, right? So I had three teams that I really wanted to win, and two of those teams are still alive. So I'm excited about that, and I'll get into that a little bit more as we go on here. But definitely excited for the playoffs, and we had a great first round matchups. But let me just introduce the theme for this week's recap, and let me try it. Let me do this. It's coming, don't worry. Here it is. It's coming. Hopefully. Alright. Technical difficulties. What is going on? Here we go.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping.
There we go, man. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And that's exactly what it did this weekend, didn't it? I don't know if you guys watched the 1 o'clock games this Sunday, but it was amazing. Every game that was on, there was snow, whether it was Washington or Kansas City, whether it was Baltimore or Minnesota, whether it was Miami or Pittsburgh or Philadelphia and Detroit, there was snow. It was incredible. It was amazing. I don't know if you saw the Detroit Philly game, but I mean there was at least a foot of snow on the ground. In the first quarter, you could barely see anything. Watching the game on TV, it was amazing. It's an incredible performance. I can't believe they even actually scored points in that game. For the first quarter, it didn't look like they were going to score points at all. But LeSean McCoy, man, that guy, man, awesome performance. Nick Foles did great. Sorry, Matthew Stafford didn't fare as well in the snow, but some amazing games. What about the Baltimore-Minnesota game? What was it, 4 touchdowns in 52 seconds? That was ridiculous. Of course, I'm disappointed. Minnesota didn't win that game. Doesn't help my Dolphins much there as we beat Pittsburgh. And what an ending to that game. Oh, man, talk about heart attack. We had the game wrapped up, and then they had this backyard sandlot football game play where Antonio Brown gets free on the sideline after they're tossing the ball back and forth around the whole field. He gets free on the sideline, and thank goodness he doesn't know how to run straight, and he hit that foot on the sideline. Although I'm pretty sure Ben Roethlisberger threw an illegal forward pass, although I've heard questions that may have not been so, but Antonio Brown did step out of bounds on the sideline. But it was an incredible ending to that game, and in the Detroit-Philadelphia game, it's unbelievable fourth quarter. I think they rushed for like 200 yards in that quarter. It was amazing. Some great football this week. It's one of the best weekends of football, I think, all year. And then the Sunday night game, and New Orleans took care of business against Carolina. That was a great game. And last night it looked like Dallas got crushed. And it's always great when the Redskins get crushed too. KC dominated. That was unbelievable. So it was a great weekend of football, and I was super excited. So let's look at this. Let's look at this here. So like I said, I had 3 teams that I'm really rooting for this week, for this playoffs to win. And I just got a text from Mike. What did he say? I was asking him if he was going to do a recap. So he's going to do a combo tomorrow. All right, thanks, Mike. But I'll just throw this recap up anyway. So you get 2 bonus videos this week, guys. That'll be cool. But so yeah, I had 3 teams I was definitely rooting for, and so of those teams, 2 of them were playing this week. I was really rooting for you, Phil. Really felt like, as an original member, man, it would be great if you would win a championship. So I was rooting for you. I was also rooting for Bobby, fellow Charlottesvillian, fellow Blue Ridge Church of Christ member, and plus, his team's been good. His team's been so good since he's been in this league. He's made the playoffs, I think, almost every year, and I mean, he deserves it. I think this would cement his status in the league if he could win a championship. And I'm making a prediction now. I think Bobby's going to take it. I'm looking at his team. His team is dangerous. His team is lethal. And if the 148 points he put up this weekend with no Calvin Johnson doesn't scare anybody, it should. I know Michael's shaking because he will be playing Bobby next week. But yeah, so I was rooting for Bobby. So Bobby won. Good job. Phil didn't win. And I was rooting for you, but didn't win. Fed win. Fed, one of the guys I don't want to win. Don't want Fed to win. We can't have Fed winning back-to-back championships. I mean, it's just not. We just can't allow that to happen. Sorry, Fed. Love you, and I'm so glad you won last year, but we cannot have you win 2 years in a row. So, but his team's dangerous as well. I got lucky this week, thanks to, anyway, we'll get into it, but Fed got a little bit lucky this week, thanks to making some astute lineup changes. After listening to Michael. So let's check this out. So, sorry Ryan, I didn't want you to win either. Although you had a good season, you know, you started out well, didn't finish up so hot, but just wasn't rooting for you this year. I'm sorry, no. You know, that's just how it is. And so, I mean, good plays by Bobby here. Benching Kaepernick, that was good. I don't know if you took Michael's advice on that one or not, but nice move there. And dude, between the Chiefs D, Garrett Graham, Knowshon Moreno, Bobby's team is scary. Frank Gore, DeMarco Murray, Calvin Johnson, only 7 points. It was rough. It was rough for Detroit in the snow. But if you had Joique Bell's a beast. I don't know how Reggie Bush sprains his calf slipping in practice or something. Joique Bell's a beast, but not so much for the rest of the Lions. But 148 points for Bobby crushes. Ryan just couldn't get it done. Nothing going on. Case Keenum, not the greatest plays, but smart move by benching EJ Manuel, -6. What happened to that guy? Sorry, man, your Bills are having a rough time this year, Ryan, just as your team is. But yeah, even though Jimmy Graham is still solid, is he the best tight end in football? I think so. Because you know what? He doesn't get hurt that much. Gronk, on the other hand, we'll get to that in a bit. But so there you have it. Great job, Bobby. Bobby's dangerous. I mean, the big 3 here of the Chiefs D, Calvin Johnson, and Knowshon Moreno, and he has a good supporting cast. He's going to be tough to beat tough to beat in these playoffs. And so let's just jump over to Phil's matchup. And Fed's dangerous too. Fed's team's dangerous. And whenever you got Peyton Manning, you know you can always, you're 20 to 30 points. He could have a blowout game, but I mean it wasn't a super performance other than Peyton for Fed. Like I said, he got lucky. A good thing he played Amendola. He benched Randall. That was a smart move. That got him 9 points, I think, which actually wouldn't have made the difference, would it? It just wouldn't have made the difference, but and he played Gonzalez over Jordan Reed, and that would have made the difference. That made the difference. So you listen to Michael and see what happens. You get the win. And Phil, like I said, sorry man, I really was rooting for you, but next year, you and Katisha pool together your strategy for next year. I think you'll do much better. Yeah. All right. Let's go. So there you have it. Those were the two big matchups. And so Bobby and Fed move on. Fed will be going up against Aaron, A-OK. Aaron, I think you might be in trouble, man. You might be in trouble, dude. You hate to be one and done as a number one seed, but it happens a lot in our league, and it seems unfair that a team that's 7-6 could just jump in and make a run in the playoffs, but that's what makes this league exciting. And Michael, you got Bobby next week. I know you're shaking. I know you're scared, and Gronk going down, out for the season. Oh, I think he had an ACL and MCL tear. Man, this guy can't stay on the field, can he? But it's going to be a tough matchup. So there you go. Mike's will give us a introduction into round 2, and I'm sure he'll have some nice, great, funny things to say about that. But I just want to make a brief mention here about this. Is the great thing about the playoffs. Great thing about our league is you never know what's going to happen from week to week and when your team's going to blow up. But everybody should be glad Fed and Reds didn't make the playoffs, because they would have killed this week. I mean, look at Gabe. Did I say Fed? I said meant Gabe. Be glad Gabe and Reds didn't make the playoffs. Look at Gabe's points here. 183 points. It's unbelievable. And you know why? Because you know who he has on his team? It's called Josh Gordon. Look, he had 4 players with over 30 points. Oh my goodness. Josh McCown, Matt Forte, unbelievable. But so let me say Josh Gordon. Has anybody been aware of what this guy's been doing the last 4 weeks? I think like 700 yards receiving. I don't know how many touchdowns, but in the last 4 weeks, it's unprecedented what he's doing. But of course, he plays for Cleveland, and no one really knows or cares about it. But Josh Gordon is amazing. He could be a first round, second round draft pick in next year's draft for sure. He'll be one of the top rated wide receivers. It's unbelievable what he's doing. But yeah, 183 points for Gabe. I think one of the highest point totals of the year. And then Reg blew up this week. Steel Curtain Bulldogs 169. And congrats to Reg. Have a good week in the losers bracket there. But solid performance up and down. And the Buccaneers D 36 points. Pretty studly. So there you go, guys. If you're on the East Coast and you're up north like me, stay warm. Stay safe. If you're down south and you're enjoying the nice weather in Florida, enjoy. You're blessed. What can I say? So there you go, guys. Glad to be able to spend some time with you this morning, and I hope you enjoyed. And it's been a great season so far. I'm looking forward to see how it wraps up. And anyway, till next time.